Live, yeah. Yes, people. Yes, people. Yes, people. I just waiting for some viewers to come on because I telling you see, as a survivor of sexual abuse, you see, as a survivor of sexual abuse, a strong, beautiful, and y'all know I don't come on Facebook like this. Y'all know I don't do this. But you see, as a survivor of sexual abuse who decided to give her and dedicate her life to speaking for other survivors in a fashion that's never been done before, because I decided that this sexual abuse thing has been spoken about too politely, and I am not here to speak about it politely. And people, you will not believe what happened just now. Oh my God. So you all just bear with me. I'm just waiting for some people to come on. This woman, my father's aunt, my father's sister, just came online because she's upset. She's upset that I posted her brother and my mother, the people who raped me and did not prevent my rape. And let me tell you something, I'm not even angry, but I'm here to address some things. I'm here to put something down in some cemetery. I'm about to put this woman in Clarendon, Maypen Cemetery. I don't even know, because I never deal with dead. The living don't dwell with the dead. I posted the picture of my mother and my mother. I'll talk gibberish because I'm excited. I'm upset and everything in one. I posted the picture of my mother and father. My father that raped me every night for 3 years, and my mother that did not defend me or do anything to imprison this man. And for years I went through Stockholm. I had no one. I was on my own, and if you've read that book, you know what I've been through. And I decided that everyone has been speaking about molestation and rape and incest and abuse in a very polite way. And I know for sure, when I was laying on that bed, in that room with that man, while he was performing oral sex on me, and I heard the slap of his hand against his penis as he was down on his knees, I know it was not polite. I know there was nothing polite about hearing the wet smack. You hear me? And this woman is going to come on my Facebook, his sister, because I posted, because I decided that I'm speaking for survivors everywhere, because no one speaks on our behalf. And the minute we speak up for ourselves, everyone has something to say. Now, I posted these two people's picture, not out of revenge. Oh God, no. I'm beyond that. I'm so beyond that. That's why I wrote my book in peace and love, and the letter I wrote to them was not angry. It was to say, I'm not bringing you in 2018, because I'm beyond it. There are too many beautiful souls out there relying on me to speak. Yeah, I'm out loud. I'm out loud. I'm going to come to talk on behalf of the people, and when I get talk for and spoken on behalf of. And I did not mess with this lady. I have not seen this lady before. This lady that's enjoyed and probably reminisce on her brother that sexed her when she was young. Lady, because he sexed you and you seem to like the pimple on his penis, please don't put that burden on me. We are not the same. I will not remain silent. And I hope you're watching this. I will not remain silent. I posted my post and you messed with me the wrong night. Why did you do it, Joanne Duran? I did not see you or your children or your situations. I was speaking on behalf of my hurt and the people that's been hurt like me. This woman is going to come on my post, and I'm going to make a screenshot. Oh, thank you so much, Joanne Duran, for doing this. And I quote, "It is very unfortunate that you had gone through all this, but I think you should try to seek professional help. Venting all this on Facebook will not help your situation. Seek help." I'm on a fast. So I'm not going to allow you to draw my magnetism. I'm on a 3-month fast for my liver. Because as you guys know, I couldn't really walk for 10 years. And now, glory be to goodness and herbs and learning the mystics. I can walk now and I'm alright. I'm good. I'm going to tell you something. I'm on a fast and I will not allow your energy, you demon, you destructive lady to come on here and disrupt my spirit. So I will not give you the satisfaction of being the dirty skater. I can become a graduate from that. And you should be grateful for that. I'm a different person. I'm a lady now. I am not the broken girl that your brother, your rapist brother intended for me to be. I am bold and I am strong and I am beautiful. And even with the crooked eye that I got because my pressure went through the roof, because my mother choose to allow my father to come back here when I was 7 months pregnant, Thanksgiving Day, and my pressure went through the roof, and I got a facial stroke called Bell's palsy. Even with all that, I'm still beautiful enough to sit here and tell you, lady, I will not be bitter. Dear Auntie Joanne, how dare you tell me it is what? What's the word? It is, she's sorry. It is resentful. What is resentful is the fact that your brother thought it fit that to see me at 11 years old. My little breast had not even been budding yet. And he thought it fit. I am his child. I am his daughter. And he thought it fit to look at my little nipples that were coming out and the little hair that was not on my vagina yet and say, my God, she looks good. I'm going to groom her. He thought it fit. That is what you should go address Joanne Doran, Joandoran, for anyone who wants to address this lady. Because I don't think I can do it alone, because I'm on a fast, and as I said, I don't want to distress my liver, my kidney, or my large intestines that I'm healing. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not upset, even at the callousness of this lady, you know, because I was told that he raped one of his sisters, and I could not figure which one of them it is. But I'm starting to figure it's her, because for the love of me, I cannot understand why you and your sister Donna emailed me and told me that I'm bringing shame to the family name. What family name? Who cares about the name Doran? Do you think I care about a name? Do you really think I care? You can have Doran and stick it where the sunshine don't glow. But I have a feeling that he molested you. I have a feeling, sweetheart, that he raped you. And I'm so sorry that you weren't as strong as I am, dear auntie. I wish you could draw from my well of strength. I really wish you could pull from my well of strength. I'm only 32, lady. And I'm pretty sure you're old sag bag of crocus bag of nothingness. But if you could pull from my pool of strength, at 32 years old, do you know what I've been through? When I was pregnant, my mother allowed my father to come into the room as I gave birth to my daughter. And you're going to come and tell me it is unfortunate? It is unfortunate that your brother raped me for 3 years. He came in my room every night for 3 years. Do you know what it feels like, Joanne Doran? To go in the room to get your lunch money, and your father's penis is as hard as a rock. As hard as a rock. And then he pulls it out in front of you. Do you know what that feels like, Joanne Doran? I wasn't going to give you my tears because you're not worth it, but the shit hurts. I'm making my post, and you knew your brother raped me. And not once did you come and say, Monique, are you okay? Not once did you come and say, are you okay? And I am here venting because on December 17th, that made 19 years since your brother held me down at knife point, performed oral sex on me, cut my underwear off, sniffed it, put it in his drawer, and told me this is for when I leave. You hear me? And rubbed my passport to destroy it under the shower so I couldn't come to the United States. And I made it. By the grace of my will and the goodness in the universe, I made it. And instead of you coming on here and saying, my dear niece, I've never been there for you. You're going to come on social media when you see the outpour of love and other survivors that are healing from this. And how dare you tell me it is unfortunate? Being raped by your father is not unfortunate. It is downright evil. It is awful. I dream about it almost every night. How dare you tell me it is unfortunate? Do you think this is walking out into the street and having scepter hit you because you weren't watching where you were going? Huh? Do you think this is putting your money in the bank and having the bank tell you it's gone? That's unfortunate. What your brother did was rape me. And I have a feeling you're the one he raped. Because I remember as young as I was their auntie, I may have just been 5 years old. But I remember every single night there was a car at the house to you. Every single night there was another man to you. So maybe your promiscuous ways was because your brother raped you. I too became promiscuous, yes. I became promiscuous. And that tends to happen when a child starts to get raped by her dad at 12 years old. Yes, I became promiscuous, but I grew up and I grew strength and I grew past it. And I'm still dealing with it. And I'm still healing the wounds that your brother placed on me. And instead of you coming on social media and telling me that you're sorry for what this man did to me, you're going to come on here and tell me it is unfortunate. You're going to come on here and tell me it's unfortunate. Unfortunate is losing your money. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate is not brushing your nasty teeth and it rotten. That's unfortunate. Unfortunate is not treating your own body properly and it breaks. That's unfortunate. But me being a child in the house and then he had the audacity to text me via Facebook and let me know he knew what he did was wrong and he was sorry he raped me. But if my mother had just stayed in the house, if my mother had not come to the United States to make a better way for us, he wouldn't have raped me. So dear auntie, would it have been unfortunate if my mother had died in childbirth and he had started raping me then? What the fuck are you saying to me? It is unfortunate. It is unfortunate that he raped you or whichever one of your sisters and you love him so much. You are so Stockholmed. You don't think it's time to stand with me and put this man to shame? This man is parading around in Jamaica, bragging about how he left prison after serving 10 years where the Jamaican government did not do anything to make sure he was served justice. I went through Stockholm. I was so Stockholmed. I went to your other sister that wrote this parole letter that begged me to bring the letter to prison to free this man because he was raping another 14-year-old girl, the daughter of his common law wife. And when she reported it, he killed the woman and shot himself. That, my dear auntie, is why I'm doing why I'm doing. Because enough is enough. That, my dear auntie, is why I'm doing what I'm doing. How dare you come on social media and disrupt my peace? Huh? People tell me. All of you tell me if I come on here and bother people. I don't bother nobody. But I'm going to come and post my post about love. I'm uplift everybody. And do my best to tell everybody. Just be good to each person. And I am here pouring my soul out. You know how embarrassing it gets at times? You know how embarrassing it gets at times? To know that everybody knows. To know that everybody knows. To know that everybody knows that your father's tongue has been between your legs. To know that everybody knows that your father's tongue has been between your thighs, in your vagina. And be bold enough to come on social media and tell everybody because you feel because you feel that telling your story will help somebody. To put your pride aside and say, I know I'll be judged. I know some won't understand. But I'm going to do it anyway. Because I have classmates that died. Because I have classmates who are walking the streets mad in the brain. Because their fathers raped them and impregnated them. And you're going to come on social media and tell me that it is unfortunate. Lady go ram up in your dead mama or she lay down a rotten. I'm going to talk to people so. And anybody on my Facebook know I don't speak like this. But lady, I'm telling you, you'll feel glad someone there in Florida. Or wherever the hell you are. Find your dead mother where she there. Dig her up. Blow her till life come back in her and suck her till she dead again. I shouldn't even make you pull me out so. And I shouldn't even get emotional like this, but I'm telling you, when I saw you make that post, you did not even come online and apologize. You did not even come online and say, I'm sorry for what my brother did to you. You're going to come and tell me I need professional help? Bitch, you need professional help. Your brother's sexy and you love it. You are something else, and you have girl children. You are something else. It's women like you. It's women like you that make it hard for survivors like us. It's women like you who are women like my mother who looked me in the eyes and told me, I hate you because you stole my husband from me. It's women like you who condone this shit. It's women like you who condone this shit and make my mother think she's appropriate to tell me and let her church sisters ask me, how could I take my mother's father, my mother's man from her? People tell me, how could I see my father at 12 years old and want him? Let me tell you, boy. People, let me tell you something. It's not easy. It's not the easiest thing. Coming on social media, bearing your soul. You don't know how people are going to react. You don't know how people are going to respond. But you don't care about that. You know why? I have a 12-year-old daughter. I have a daughter that's going to be 13 on January 24th. I cannot be like my mother. I will not be like my mother. I'm going to protect this child as best as I can. And this woman gonna come on social media and see me venting and see me healing and see me not blowing up my head. December 17th made 19 years since my father raped me. I mean, had oral sex with me because this man raped me for 3 years. Right? And I was sitting in the house and I was having a breakdown. And I was having all kind of thoughts because I started thinking maybe I had something to do with it. Because when you don't get to express, when you don't get to let it out, it can weigh you down. And I decided I can't do it anymore. I feel like the universe gave me a message. And if I don't put it out there, it's going to hurt me. And I started coming online. And I said, what better way to have other survivors know you too can survive? Call their names. Because we don't call their names. Imagine if 1 million of us banded together and call their names. And that is my intention and that is where it comes from. To say, let me get other women together, other people, other men, anyone that's been abused, that's been violated in any way. Because we matter. And people like to tell us, oh, just get over it. Oh, but it's still your mom. Oh, but it's still your dad. Oh, but it's 19 years. I don't give a shit if I had been 102 years old. I have a right. I have a right as long as I live. If your brother did not want me to do this, he should not have touched me. If the church sisters didn't want me to call their names, they shouldn't have asked me why I took my father from my mother. If those deans and teachers didn't want to be called out when I was going to Mona High School, they should have protected me. I am not protecting anyone anymore. So let me tell you this. Let this video be a public service fucking announcement. If you hurt me in the past, if you did not protect me, if you did not help me, I am going to call your ass name and you have to deal with it. I'm not protecting anybody. How dare you? I have not spoken to you since I was 6, 7 years old. The last time I spoke to you, you were spitting on my mother. The last time I spoke to you, you're going to come and defend my mother because I put her on social media and I'll put her up again and again and again. The last time I saw you, you infidel, you vermin, you and my mother were throwing shit at each other. Remember, Auntie John? Remember that night when you guys were arguing and I shit in the toilet and I didn't flush it? And my mom went in the toilet and scooped it out and threw it in your face and you drank a little bit of it? I'm so glad now. I'm so glad that you know what my shit tastes like. You vermin. How dare you come on my social media when you see me venting and healing and tell me I must not call, I must do better than that, and don't shame them on social media. Social media is my therapy. I've met some beautiful people on social media. They're on my list right now talking to me, and I wish you could see their posts. Those are my friends. These are my family. These are the people that tell me happy birthday every year. These are the people that message me and say, Monique, you can do it. You're strong. It's not you, dear. I am not here to protect you. Don't you dare bring your filthy self in my inbox again. You seem to think you're better than people. Or as you like to put it, you have a touch of Irish. As you like to put it, dear auntie, you have a touch of Irish in you. And so that makes you better or a little above the little people. Let me tell you something, you little... Lady, don't draw me out. Let me tell you something. I am healing beautifully. I'm supposed to be dead right now. Because of what your brother did to me, it broke my body. I could not walk for 10 fucking years. And I'm just now recovering. You see when you see me, you see when you see dead sleeping dog, a lie, make them stay. Just make them stay. Leave people alone who don't trouble you. I'm not on here for you. I'm on here for the beautiful people that need it. The ones that nobody believed. The ones that nobody listened to. And because I know I have a big mouth, and my shame tree cut long time. You see my eye? You see this eye? You notice when I talk, I've lost the eye, my beautiful face? Because your brother came here. When I was pregnant and opened up to the world, your brother was in the room wanting to look up in my crotches as my baby was coming out. Because my mother snuck him on the list as I was incapacitated. Don't tell me shit. I almost died when I was having my daughter because of your brother. I had a seizure when I was having my daughter because your brother was in my room. When I was pregnant, I went to Connecticut to avoid your brother because my mother snuck behind my back and called your brother here. And I didn't want to be there because I was scared. And my mother told me if I don't come back to the house so he can see me, I should pack up and leave. I had no green card. I had nowhere to go and I was scared. And I wanted that baby to be okay. So I went back home and I wore 3 pairs of clothes like I did when I was 12 years old. Because at 21, 20, I was still scared. And you're going to come on here as an auntie and not even ask me, not even say I'm sorry. You should seek professional help. Because you're almost 60 and you're still in love with your brother's penis. And you want to be angry at me because I don't share the love? You want to be angry at me because I don't share the love for your brother's penis? You want to be mad at me because you're in love with your brother's crooked ass, limped ass, pimple on the top penis? Yes, I know it. I've seen it every morning for 3 years. Every morning for 3 years, I had to see your brother's penis. Every morning he woke up and told me about his fingers in my vagina the night before. Do you know what it feels like, dear auntie, to wake up with your father by your bedside, with your legs sprawled open, with his fingers sticky and wet, and your vagina wet? And as far as you know, you've never had sex? How dare you? Look, man, think before you act. Think before you act. Think before you act. Because you don't know what it feels like. I put myself in the way of my little sister. I went before my sister. I made sure that he didn't touch her. That's what you do when you love family. I took it all. I got the opportunity to go to a boarding school. And I went to the boarding school and I looked the principal in the eye. And I told her, if you keep me here, I'm going to run away and get pregnant. All because I wanted her to fail my interview. Because I was not going to leave my little sister alone with that piece of shit you call your brother. I wish to God he had died when he was being born. He's nothing but a cum cloth. When his father was ejaculating inside your mother, he should have just pulled out and let her swallow it. That's all he should have been, a swallowed sperm. How dare you? And then your sister is going to send me an email about embarrassing the family name. Listen to me, lady. I'm begging you, please. I'm begging you, please. I'm begging you, please. Allow me to survive in peace. I'm begging you, please. Facebook has never seen this side of me. It's in there. I'm human. I'm human and you've riled me up. And even so, I'm still keeping it modest. Because I'm a lady. Because I'm red. Because I know how to reason. And so I will not allow a vermin like you to pull me down to your depths. Martin Luther King said, allow no man to pull you down low enough to hate him. I will not hate you, dear auntie. Instead, I pity you. I pity the fact that 50 years later, you're still in love with the feeling of your brother's penis. Or whichever one of you it is. Let me put a disclaimer that he raped. But all of you are defending him. Why? Why is Bunny so precious to you guys? Why? This man came from prison. And when I went to the prison to see him, he was not wearing cuffs. Let me tell you all about the Jamaican political system. Mr. Prime Minister, I hope you see this. And I hope you're going to listen to it. My father went to jail for 10 years. And every time I went there, this man came out of GP freely. No handcuffs. And crossed the street and came back in. No handcuffs. Do you hear me? And you think he was going to learn from that? When I went to the prison, everybody was like, oh, you come to look for Sarge. As if this man was somebody. Huh? And I, going through Stockholm at the time, of course, and I'm not ashamed of that, was too simple to realize what was going on. And because I'm a person filled with love, I was doing my best to let it go. I can forgive, but I don't have to get over it. Right? This man was walking freely like it was nothing, and then had the audacity to text me and call me and brag that he, mind you guys, I was in a shelter. I was in a shelter because my mother couldn't have me living with her. Because I was sick. I couldn't walk. I couldn't work. I couldn't do anything. And my mother couldn't have the heart to let me live with her at the time. I had to beg her. And I ended up in a shelter first. Because my father raped me, I ended up in a shelter 4 times. And my father could text me when he left prison, and I have the receipts, and I'm going to be posting the screenshots, dear father, so I hope you're ready, and dear auntie. And my father could text me and say, his sister got him a house, brand new. He has a vehicle. And he could brag to me that he had a fridge full of grocery. And at the time, I'm not ashamed to tell you, Facebook, I was on my face. I did not have a fridge full of groceries. I did not. And this man bragged to me. And had the audacity to go back again after being blessed like that, and almost did it again to another one of his children, because I'm not protecting anybody. And when I say anybody, I mean anybody. And if you don't like me after this, boo fucking who? Had the audacity to almost do it again to one of his children. And the mother of that child telling me that she knew I was being raped at 12 years old and did nothing about it. And I told her, he's on parole. Go and get him locked up. And all she told me is, I'm going to pray, Monique. Huh? And told me that she was scared because now he had a car. And she was scared that he was going to drive across the island and pick little girls up like flowers. Let me tell you something, people of Jamaica. My father's name is Alderman Lloyd Duran. And let me tell you something, this man is dangerous. He's dangerous. You hear me? A man that will kill a woman and leave her 5 children and shoot himself in the neck is a dangerous man. That, auntie, is the danger you should look out for. Instead of coming on social media and telling me I should not blast my mother and father on social media. Guess what? Tomorrow is your turn. Congratulations. You're the sweepstakes winner. I didn't see you. I don't know you. I don't recognize you. I don't even have words. I'm so riled up. Facebook, I'm really apologetic for getting all lights because you guys don't know me like this. But let me tell you something, man. We talk about sexual abuse too pretty. We talk about sexual abuse too pretty. We talk about it like it's something pretty. You hear me? It's not something pretty. When you lay down with your father between your legs, that's not pretty. When you have to save your lunch money to buy locks to put on your door, only for him to take it off, that's not pretty. When you're taking a shower and your father opens the bathroom door and tells you, what the hell are you hiding? I've been watching you since you were a baby. Drop the towel and let me see you now. And you have to do that shit. You have to do it. That's not easy. I was in the bathroom and my father told me, drop the towel now. And I had to drop it. And my aunt is going to come online. His sister is going to come online and tell me. It is unfortunate. Nothing about rape is unfortunate. It is evil. It is harsh. It is tormenting. And you live with it every fucking day. Don't ever come under my post again, because I'm telling you, I won't even say anything. Don't ever come under my post again. To your daughters, don't even reach out. Don't even make the mistake of coming on here and telling me not to call your mother's name. You wouldn't like it. I'm begging you. To all my mother's friends who keep telling me, but it's still your mom, I'm begging you. My head chip. My head, just don't even do it. Just leave it alone. It's best, if you're not being an ally with me right now, to just leave me the fuck alone. Because I'm going to roar for survivors everywhere. You can't kill a dead man. I love to say you can't kill a dead man. What good is my life if I don't use it to help somebody else? And that's what I'm going to do. And I will not allow you to deter me, auntie. I don't even give you the title of auntie anymore, bitch. I don't know you. You were catching at my house, my father's house, the house. You were catching at the house and you left. I don't know you. I have not seen you since I was 6 or 7 years old. And when you guys saw me on the street, you saw me on the street and you pointed to me at 7 years old. You pointed to a 7-year-old and called me the Blackie daughter. You told me I was too dark to be called your daughter, your niece. You said I was too dark to be called your niece because you have a touch of Irish. You self-hating bitch. You spit in the washroom when my mother was washing. I don't care what beef you guys have. I'm telling you the memories I have of you before you come on here acting like a lady. Before you come on here acting like a lady. Let me just tell the whole Facebook, because now you've really got me riled up. You, my dear, are no lady. A lady would never see a child in pain. Because I'm a child compared to you, you old hag. A lady would never see a child in pain, her niece, her flesh and blood, and come on here and tell her it is unfortunate that she was raped. You go get you some psychiatric help. I'm dealing with mine. I'm good. I can boldly talk about it. I can tell the world, my father raped me. And it was awful. But I can also tell the world, I'm one tough motherfucker. And I'm going to use this megaphone of a mouth, and I'm going to roar, and I'm going to make changes for the children out there. And I'm going to give them as best as I can what I didn't have. I'm going to stand for them. I'm going to stand for them when the politicians don't. I'm going to stand for them when the aunties don't. I'm going to stand for them when the mothers don't. My mother is no mother. Don't tell me not to put her on social media. My mother has 4 girl children. She left 2 in Clarendon, Jamaica. One when she was 6 years old and the other when she was about 6 months old. I don't know. I didn't even find out that I had sisters until I was 12 years old. My father didn't know that my mother had daughters until I was 6 years old. You want to tell me that's a lady? She did not tell anybody in Kingston that she had 2 children in Clarendon. And you want to tell me she's a lady? And I'm supposed to protect her? Because let me guess, she's already my mother? That's not a mother. Cats have babies all the time. And then they get sent to the shelter. And the cat eat it sometime. Anybody can have a baby. Shit, right now I could carry somebody's baby for $20,000. Anybody can carry a baby. When I came here on December 17th, 1999, I ran into my mother's arms and I said, Mommy, Daddy just raped me. He held me down on the bed and raped me. And my mother whispered back in my ears, Monique, that's how it goes sometime. Just move on. You're here now. Don't tell anybody. My sister only found out, as everybody says, that it's when I wrote the book she knew that happened that night. Everybody said that because my mother didn't tell anybody that. You hear me? My same mother that told church sisters I was just bad. I liked to fight when I was young. Did anybody ask me why? I had a sharp ass mouth. Did anybody ask me why? Because all I wanted somebody to do was say, what's wrong? And nobody did. Don't you dare do that again, because the next time this won't be so pleasant. If you think this was harsh, Auntie Joanne, trust me, you will not like the next time. Please, allow me to survive in peace. I don't even know how the fuck I'm still alive. I don't even know how the fuck my mind is still in tune. Because when I think about the things, sometimes Facebook, you don't know. Sometimes I'm in the house and 10, 20, 30 times during the day, I have to outburst when I have a memory because I have to set it free. That's how you don't kill yourself. You don't know my day-to-day struggle. I have 2 businesses that I have to operate and the business of dealing with the memories of my father and mother. So you don't get to come on here and tell me to just get over your brother raping me. You don't get to do that. I'm telling you. I am fucking telling you. You don't get to come on here and tell me to get over your brother raping me. You simply don't get to do that. No longer will I allow you or any of your family members or anyone for that matter to allow me to feel like I need to get over it. And let me tell you something, survivors watching this. Don't let any of these cowards silence you. Don't let them silence you. Because that's how they operate. That is exactly how they operate. They're cowards, and so they want you to be a coward too. And the minute you open your mouth and speak up, it's a problem. Speak up. Call their names. Tag them if you can, safely. Share their pictures. Protect somebody else. Like how somebody didn't protect you. It's high time. It's high time we start talking about it. You can talk about everything else on social media. But you want to tell me I can't talk about being raped? What the fuck you feel like? I'm going to talk about it until the 7 corners of how much corner of the earth? 4? 7? The 7 wonders, whatever. My mother right now, I can't think. Until every corner of the earth hear about it. And until every girl in Ghana and every girl in India and every girl in Iraq and every girl in every country where they tell a woman, or even boys, because I'm not excluding my boys, every survivor everywhere that they tell us to sweep it under the rug, I'm going to wring my big, loud-ass mouth until every one of us feel like we can talk up on our own behalf because nobody else is speaking up on our behalves. No one is speaking up on our behalves. So if you don't like it, auntie, buy a rope, hang it around a tree, make a loop, push your fucking neck through it, and pull tightly until you don't breathe anymore. Facebook, have a wonderful night.